decided not to do so, whether or not that would be a tax or not a tax. So you just heard Kate say that the Chief Justice, John Roberts, saying that, yes, under the tax provisions, under the tax writing provisions of Congress, and the President would sign it into law, that this would be allowed. That was not necessarily the argument that was made by the Obama administration. They didn't necessarily say it was a tax. They thought it was a commerce clause provision, which is different. John King is joining us right now. Kate Baldwin is getting some more details. What else are you learning, Kate?
As we're reading through this again, we are reading now that the entire law has been upheld, Wolf. We are reading through this to see how the vote count went within the justices, because it looks like there are a lot of differing, concurring, and maybe even pluralities here. But from what we are reading here, it looks like the entire health care law, including the individual mandate, has been upheld.
And that explains why the Chief Justice initially, in one of the lines that we reported, said that the individual mandate might not be appropriate with the commerce clause of the Constitution, but he does say it is appropriate. It is being upheld as part of the tax writing ability of the Congress to go forward and impose taxes. If in fact that is the justification, then it's a huge,
in the Constitution,
President Obama and for the Democrats who worked very, very
in the Constitution, Congress have a right to tax people, so they can make people pay a tax, and the government can provide it for people. It can't be upheld as commerce. Like Social Security is kind of like a tax.
So Obamacare partly upheld, partly struck down. So it's only struck down as a mandate.
Mm-hmm.
But they can still kind of enforce it
through
by
tax.
Yeah, by doing the tax.
Like Social Security is kind of like a tax, where they just take it out of your check.
Well, I don't have a problem with that. I've always had a problem with the mandate, but I don't have a problem with it being used, through taxes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's an issue for his campaign, don't you think? If do they have to go back to the drawing board now? I wonder. And Romney could always say that now he's going to raise your taxes.
Oh yeah, it'd be like another Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your reading of what we're getting, John?
Wolf, I have the decision in my hand, and I'm reading through it as we speak, and that's exactly right. There are parts in which the Chief Justice writes the majority decision. This will be a landmark day for.
I think it's interesting that he can't get anything accomplished really as a president. They won't allow it. They won't pass this jobs bill. They giving him problems with Obamacare.
Mm-hmm.
And the same day this whole thing is going on with Eric Holder,
mm-hmm.
It just seems like the message that's being sent from Washington is that they're going to give black men problems
mm-hmm.
in the government. You can try as much as you want, but we're going to give you problems.
Right. This is actually a victory. But it's going to be a tax. Ooh.
I don't mind being
Yeah,
taxed.
people are going to get their health care.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be like a Social Security, another Social Security.
I think that's fine. To me, all the hoopla signifies that just all the difficulty that they've given Obama to deal with are domestic issues.
Yeah, but it's like how they're going to tax people that don't have jobs. Are they just going to send you a bill in the mail and say this is a new tax?
And they're going to have to tax the rich more. And that could be Romney's campaign, platform. He's appealing. He's a Republican. He's going to appeal to people who are rich, and that's going to be what he's going to say. He's going to tax you even more for this health care plan for people who don't want to work. And that's why people who are downtrodden, unemployed, middle class, working poor, they have to go out and vote. And they're already trying to do with voter suppression. They're trying to intimidate people from going to the polls, people who are disenfranchised.
Right.
They need to not be discouraged and go and vote for Obama.
Right.
Because the Republicans, people making over $200,000, I think that's who they said they're going to tax.
Oh, yeah.
they are going to vote for Romney, most of them.
Right.
Just, they're going to anyway.
Yeah.
But now, based on this, Romney's really going to try to drive this home. He's going to increase the taxes. And, he hasn't fixed unemployment. That's going to continue to get worse. And he's trying to, what do they call it? I forget what they call it. Something about classism. But attacking the rich for being successful. That's the argument that these people are making. And a lot of them want to buy into it because they are greedy and they want to keep their money. So everybody who's not doing well, they need to not be apathetic, and they need to get out there and vote for Obama. It's in their best interest.
Mm-hmm.
Chief Justice individual mandate could be upheld under a taxing clause. Wow. I have absolutely no problem with that.
You rather be up on a tax. But a tax clause is like, you don't have a choice to pay your taxes. That's the same thing the mandate, damn it. Oh, yeah, you have to be working.
Yeah.
So if you're not working, they can't. So it's not a mandate.
It's just a different type of mandate.
Right. You have to be participating.
Mm-hmm. They're not forcing people to have insurance, but they're going to implement this program that they're going to force people to pay for it with tax increases.
Right. That's kind of like how it's supposed to be, right? That's where our taxes are supposed to go to, healthcare.
I think
and not the wars in Iraq.
Yeah.
So if you're not working,
well, that's
the rich is going to pay for you.
The rich feel like, why should we have to have a tax increase to pay for the health care of people who are not working?
Yeah.
But the truth is they're paying for it anyway.
Right.
Because these people, they don't have health insurance. If something happens to them, they still get treatment in the hospital.
Yeah.
Who do you think's paying for it? We still have to pay for it.
Right.
Well, now it's on Obama, how he's going to, Obama health care law upheld.
It's up here.
Wow.
He did it.
So now it depends on Obama how he's going to campaign and appeal to people to get them, fired up about this, to go to the polls and vote for him.
Yeah. I know Romney is going to say more taxes, but like you said, more taxes. He's going to drive that home.
Yeah.
He's raising your taxes.
I think this is a good thing.
Me too.
Because I really didn't like the mandate, but I don't have a problem with the tax.
Obama probably knew that this was going to happen.
I think he did. I was just going to say that.
He couldn't say tax because the Republicans would just be like, more taxes.
So he made this have to happen.
Yeah, he's a constitutional lawyer.
Right.
He knew what he was doing. He knew that the Supreme Court was going to do that. So that's very smart. Obama's very smart.
So now that it's a law, can Romney do anything about that if he were to be president? If he's elected president, could he overturn it or something like that?
No, he would have to. I think he had to get like two-thirds of the House or 2/3 of the Senate. He have to do. I don't think it's an amendment. It's a law.
It's a law.
Yeah, I know. Probably 2/3. I don't know exactly, but it'll be hard for him to get rid of it because you have Democrats in there that's not gonna let it happen. He had to get Democrats to be on the side, and they're not gonna let it happen. I don't think he'll be able to get rid of it.
Wow, so this is historical.
Yeah.
The first African American president totally reformed healthcare.
Yeah.
In America.
And whoever he got advising him and himself, Very smart.
Yeah.
They pushed that stuff. They pushed it through.
The argument they made to the court. We're all looking at the commerce.
He knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, he had to know that it was the mandate was unconstitutional.
Oh yeah, he knew. He's a constitutional lawyer.
He knew that they wouldn't be able to like, ignore that.
Right.
Providing the penalties to those who were required to purchase.
Well, all right, go ahead and rule it unconstitutional. We'll just get it with the tax.
Exactly.
Hire a lot more people to implement this.
Oh. The IRS is gonna have to hire people. You heard what they said? There's more jobs.
Oh my
The
God.
IRS is gonna have to hire a lot of people to implement it. So that's more jobs.
I am actually proud of my president for the first time since he's been elected. Wow, he's like what do they call it?
Genius.
What do they call that? Like a cross country? And he's like long distance. He does the distance.
Oh.
Recognize the long-term implications of striking down the health care law with so many people already who had pre-existing conditions, kids on the insurance, and so it's interesting how the court sort of molded this decision.
Is it a tax or is it just a civil regulatory penalty, which is what the other side argued? The court, Justice Roberts said.
You're in the White House, you're doing the happy dance, even though they call it a tax.
The line is that the Obama health care reform law has been upheld thanks to the Chief Justice of the United States, John Roberts. Kate Baldwin is outside the Supreme Court. What else are you picking up, Kate?
Get me a job at the IRS.
Yeah. I'm gonna apply for the IRS.
Sanjay, this is a huge, huge win for the Obama administration because the law as it currently exists will continue.
Yeah, and I should point out as well, from my sources inside the White House, they're telling me the president will come out and speak within the next couple of hours about this as well, Wolf, so we're looking out for that. With regard to patients, a lot of this is being implemented by the year 2014, so just quickly, we've been talking about this all along, Wolf, but it's worth pointing out now some of the things that now will be more assured in 2014. Adults and children can no longer be discriminated against because of pre-existing